Back, everyone, to the Media Center for the Iowa caucuses. Two points we can make almost immediately. One, Donald Trump has been projected the winner of the Iowa Republican caucuses. Both NBC and AP have projected him the winner. The other thing we can tell you, it could be kind of a long night. We have 11 counties that are fully counted. By the way, Iowa has 99 counties in all. So 11 down, 88 to go. Connor Hendricks from our Capitol Bureau here was in one of those precincts tonight. And Connor, I know this is your first experience in that caucus setting. What was it like inside there tonight?
Well, everything really ran quite smoothly tonight. It took about 30 minutes to get a lot of the procedural stuff out of the way, and then votes were counted. They started counting votes and taking votes right at about an hour in. Okay. That only took about 3 or 4 minutes, and then it only took them about, say, 5 to 10 minutes to count everything. It was extremely efficient tonight.
And the Republicans do caucus in a slightly different way than Democrats do. Democrats, who are caucusing this year but will handle presidential preference by mail this year, they would typically get into the room, gather in groups, one group representing each candidate. They make sure that each of them are viable, which means they have to represent at least 15% of the assembled people at that caucus site. And if they don't, they have to disband and go find a viable candidate to align with. So that does take a little bit longer. The Republican process is pretty quick. How do they take care of it?
Right. It's very simple. Everyone is given a little slip of paper that's about the size of a Band-Aid or so. It's very tiny, and a little golf pencil, and all you do is just write down who you want, and it can be anyone. Those votes are then put into a box, and tonight it actually looked like a shoebox. And they are put in there and then counted in front of everybody.
So we already know that Donald Trump is the projected winner of the Iowa Republican caucuses, but the two precincts that you were covering tonight showed a bit of a different outcome.
That's right. In fact, Haley won both precincts 43 and 44. And if you don't mind, I can actually read off these numbers for you. For precinct 43, Ron DeSantis, 15, Nikki Haley, 25, Vivek Ramaswamy, 12, and Trump 17 for a total of 69. Now over at precinct 44, Ron DeSantis came in with 18, Haley 29, Vivek 12, Chris Christie 1, and then Trump 21 for a total of 81.
So in both of those precincts, Nikki Haley won. Nikki Haley right now, as we take a look at the very latest numbers we have from the Iowa Republican Party, we can see Nikki Haley trails both Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis. Donald Trump has 53% of the vote that's in right now, a total of 38,000 votes in. We're probably about a third or a quarter of the way there. So Donald Trump with 53% of the vote, Ron DeSantis 20.1% of the vote, Nikki Haley 18.3% of the vote. And just to kind of round it out here, Vivek Ramaswamy 7.7%, and then the rest of the candidates in the field, including Chris Christie, who dropped out last week, less than 1% support. Again, 11 counties fully counted. Iowa has 99 counties, so have 88 more to go. Connor, as you've interviewed these candidates, they've all assessed that they need to do well in Iowa. And I know that Ron DeSantis had sort of changed the language that he was using on the campaign trail from I'm going to win the Iowa caucuses to I think I'm going to do well in the Iowa caucuses. And that's a subtle change but significant because potentially he could see the writing on the wall knowing that Donald Trump, as a former president, would have a leg up in an Iowa caucus.
Right, and DeSantis really kind of bet the farm, so to speak, in the last couple of months here in Iowa, but he kind of walked those remarks back, and as you can see, it's really a spirited race for second place, and of course Trump has the lion's share of the votes tonight and even in the polls before this.
And Ron DeSantis, of course, sort of bet the house on doing well in Iowa. He hasn't paid as much of attention to New Hampshire, to South Carolina, to Nevada, the next couple of primaries that are coming down the pike. Nikki Haley, on the other hand, she not only paid attention to Iowa, she also had a tremendous campaign built up in New Hampshire where she's running second to Donald Trump in the latest poll, 39%, Haley with 32%. And of course, then you look even further down the line, and the next state after New Hampshire is Nikki Haley's home state of South Carolina.
It's interesting because Ron DeSantis is not immediately going to New Hampshire tomorrow. That's going to be the case for most of these candidates who leave here. They're going to go straight to New Hampshire. But Ron DeSantis is actually going straight to South Carolina first. He will make appearances in New Hampshire, of course, but he's really going to try and push hard in South Carolina.
Very good. Once again, here are the numbers as we have them from the Iowa Republican Party. Donald Trump with 52% of the vote. And again, this is with 11 counties fully counted and several others partially counted. In second place, Ron DeSantis with 20%, Nikki Haley 18.3%, Vivek Ramaswamy with 7.7%. That is going to wrap up our coverage from Des Moines for now. However, we will continue to keep you updated because, as we said, with only 11 of Iowa's 99 counties in,
got a long way to go.
For Connor Hendricks, I'm Matt Breen. We're at the Media Center here in Des Moines covering the Iowa caucuses. Back to you.